Well, welcome to this month at Bethel Lutheran Church. We are so glad to be here. I'm Jennifer Johnson, Jennifer to the rescue, and if I don't tell you, he'll tell me to say it. So just check me out at jennifertotherescue.com. And, I am a connector. I basically am a business relationship specialist, and I connect people quickly with their audience, in this case. Bethel with their hopefully some of their members and prospective members. And we thank Logan Street Signs and Banners, you just saw their ad there, and Noblesville Trophies, it's a mouthful, for their generous sponsorships of our show every month. And just blows me away. We're already in May. I cannot believe it.
Time's flying.
Yes, and this is Kim Redant. She's with Bethel Lutheran Church, and you're with the Care Ministry.
I am.
That's quite. I actually was telling Kim before the show that I actually used to do the Care Ministry. That is a lot of work. I mean, it really is, and it's truly. What do? You take care of the people who take care of the people, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of joy too.
It's a lot of joy.
It's really rewarding.
Yes.
I think a lot of people don't know that Care Ministry actually has several components to it. Jane Nee, Pastor Al, and I at Bethel sort of coordinate the activities, and Jill Duncan is on the council, sort of to pull all the different facets. We coordinate kind of the visitation, card ministry, those kinds of things, grief ministry. We conduct several programs throughout the year and coordinate those. We also, though, have the Circle of Sisters, and you're probably familiar with that. They do arts and crafts and help support various programs. We have the Prayer Shawl group as part of that ministry. There's actually a Sunshine Club.
Right.
And the Sunshine Club provides meals and things for people that have maybe had surgery, can't cook, just need a little bit of help during a period of time after they've had surgery. So it's pretty multifaceted.
There's a lot to it. And we would definitely say, we didn't point this out, but you can check out BethelLutheranChurch.com. And the phone number, you're not going to necessarily talk to Kim, but
No.
What is the phone number, by the way?
The phone number is 773-4315. That's area code 317-773-4315.
Yeah.
And Jennifer, I forgot to mention, we have a Eucharistic ministry also. So if people are not able to get to church and would like to have communion brought to them, that's another part of the sort of the umbrella of the Care Ministry.
And I would think, sorry, my back itches a little. I would think that if you went on the website, which I think we're now looking at the page, the front page of the, that's pretty. And those are two of the stained glass windows in the sanctuary, beautiful. But you can go on the website at BethelLutheran.com and BethelLutheranChurch.com. And everything that we're talking about, Kim's going to share different events that are coming up, and obviously some clarification on the Care Ministry, because it's quite extensive. And like I said, I was in charge of it way back when, and you're right, there's so many things to take, but it's really taking care of a number of different areas. You take care of these people and it makes everybody happy. It really does. But you know what, Kim, I was mentioning, how did you end up at Bethel?
Oh, my husband Mike and I got married about 12 years ago. We were both widowed and met each other and moved up here to Cicero and joined Bethel Lutheran Church when we moved up here to Cicero. And that's been 12 years now. And so we've gotten very active in the church in a variety of different ways. When I look back over the 12 years, there's so many things you can do to use your time and your talents in different ways. And I tend to be a very extroverted person, so I like to do a lot of the things that involve lots of people. My husband's not so extroverted. He mows grass and he fixes pews and he does some things that he's really capable of doing. So we've thoroughly enjoyed our time at Bethel. It's just been very rewarding. It's such a vibrant church.
It is a great community. It is. I mean, that's why I guess we're all here in the first place. We wouldn't be here to talk about it if it wasn't something that we believed.
Exactly.
That's right. and had faith in. I mean, truthfully. there was something you said. I do remember. I remember that you got married. Now that I was thinking about it, I was like, that was 12 years ago.
It's been 12 years. Yep, 12 years of wedded bliss.
Goodness. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. And that you've stepped into a role like this is pretty amazing too. So to get started, you were talking about the care ministry. Maybe again, give us some of just the basics of the care ministry, and then we'll talk about some of the events that are going on, if you don't mind.
Sure. Well, the care ministry, as you said, has existed for a long time at Bethel. It's not a new ministry, although it evolves through time. It's an umbrella group that has 5 components to it. Meals to be taken home,
Right.
visitation for nursing homes, people that can't get out of the house. It involves the sale and of crafts that help support other programs. The prayer shawl ministry, where prayer shawls are made and blessed at the church, and then taken to people who are sick and not doing well, or need some faith and some recovery.
Right.
So it's Christian caregiving. It really is every aspect of Christian caregiving. Just an example, Jennifer, tonight, part of the care ministry, we're doing the healing service. Pastor Al, Pastor Doug, Pastor Martins participate one Wednesday a month, always the first Wednesday of the month, in a healing service where there is communion and prayer and inspiration, the anointing of oil, for anybody that wants to attend that it feels in need of healing or
Right.
inspiration. So, and that can be emotionally or physically. So it's a nice people attend every month, and it's really a very nice service. So if you're out there and you feel like you'd like to check out our healing ministry, this is
So
tonight would be a good
first
time
Wednesday
to come.
of the month. So if for some reason it's past, you're not watching it on this Wednesday, then it's next month, the first Wednesday.
Correct.
And it's always going to be at the 7 o'clock.
It's always at 7 o'clock. Yeah.
And that's a good thing. I know we've talked about that, and I actually participated in a couple of the healing services before it became a monthly event, and they are unbelievable. And I guess I would just say, too, I mean, one thing that we always try to make sure people understand is you don't have to be a member of Bethel to
Right.
do
That's right.
any of these things. I mean, certainly hope you'll join, that eventually that would be where your heart goes, but we have a lot of opportunities. Some of them you already mentioned, and you're going to tell us more, but it's just something you do not need to be a member. You will be, I'd be surprised if you don't join, because it does pull you that direction.
It does.
But
Well, you asked about Mike and I, and how we joined the church. We actually didn't join right away. We came and started attending regularly, and probably attended for about 9 months before we made a commitment to join. And we just loved it. Every time we walked out, my husband would say, I feel such joy when I walk out of this place. And so for us, it was a natural decision, but it wasn't a decision that we jumped into. And we always felt so welcome. Every Sunday, it was like, nobody was pressuring us or anything. So we got involved in a lot of activities without actually being members at first, and then just felt the call to really join and become a lot more active.
and we're glad you did. So continue telling us about what's going on at Bethel Lutheran this month.
Let's see, we've got a lot going on. As you know, May is busy. There's the caring service tonight, the healing service on May tonight at 7 o'clock. And then actually later in the month, the care ministry is sponsoring something called financial planning for the future. And that's May 20th at 2 p.m. It'll go from 2 to 4. We'll have some people from Thrivent Financial
Okay.
come and speak on considerations that you might want to think about it regarding retirement, financial planning, insurance. We'll have some discussions from our pastoral staff about planning for your funeral. What kinds of things do you want to think about? So many of us don't want to think about those
Right,
things.
yeah.
What kind of music do we want? What sorts of, how do you do that? And so Pastor Al is going to help us through a document that the church can keep that has your wishes, or your family can keep that has sort of your wishes for a service. And so it's one of those discussions. That's May 20th. Then we have what's coming up pretty soon is the rummage sale. I don't know how many people go to that rummage sale, but it's my favorite time of year.
Right.
So that is going to be June 15th and 16th. It's a Friday and Saturday. And the rummage sale is not just an activity to buy stuff. It really is. It's a fun event. You get to meet a lot of people.
Fellowship, really.
It's fellowship, exactly.
And we did just, and maybe we had a lady in our church in Bethel who wanted to do something. The story goes that Barbara wanted to do something many years ago. Yeah, she just wanted to do something for Bethel, but she didn't have a lot of money. So she set out to do the rummage sale. And she was able to organize it. Now they still have the green T-shirts that people wear, I think, occasionally.
The Barbara Blackledge annual rummage sale.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And in her planning of this event, over the years, Bethel has benefited dramatically. Now I know they take the funds and put it back into different missions. I don't know if I think maybe the kids have certain...
The youth program gets a portion of it, and I don't know that it goes exactly the same place every time, but it's where the need is.
And I think there's we can get into it, and I know you have other things to talk about, but I know Bethel has a number of missions that people don't even... I think we talked about it with Pastor Al last month. There's this unbelievable amount. He said something like 26, I think, or something.
It's a lot.
Missions that's besides taking care of this beautiful building and property and keeping the lights on and the power, the air and all those kind of things, and paying the staff and all of that. Then there's these 26 missions.
Weddings and funerals and baptisms and all the daily operations that come with a church.
So the rummage sale, that's where it kind of started talking about that, but truly it's an event that is more fellowship, but there's unbelievable amount of stuff. So this is a great event to get. I know it starts, you said Friday and Saturday, so it's like, is it 8 o'clock?
Starts at 8 o'clock in the morning on June 15th, and then it will start again on Saturday, same thing. We will be collecting items for the rummage sale, by the way, so that will start after the first week of June, after Sunday. We will begin collecting items for the rummage sale. If you have any questions or you want to bring something to the church, call before you come. So we'll make sure that the doors are open and that we can welcome you in. But yes, anything that you want to donate, if you're doing any spring cleaning or closet cleaning, keep us in mind, because we always are looking for that. And then, can I talk about Vacation Bible School?
Please do.
Okay, so
please do.
That's another thing that's coming up, and registration will be is really going to be open now. June 24th to June 28th is Vacation Bible School. And again, you don't have to be a member of Bethel. This year's Vacation Bible School will be in the evening. And so it starts, I don't remember if it's 6 or 6:30, but it starts, and so we're going to be welcoming anybody that wants to register their children for Vacation Bible School. And we also have our preschool registration.
That was amazing. Last month, Pastor Al was talking about that. It's time to sign up for the fall.
I know. Yeah, time's flying.
You're talking about the June dates. I'm thinking it can't be June. And then it could be June. It's, the 1st of May now, but I mean, these things are coming up very quickly. And preschool registration, did you say that's open now?
It's open. Actually, you can call. I've got a number here. Laura Hauser is coordinating. She's doing some tours of our church by appointment, tours of the classroom. So that if you're thinking of enrolling your child in preschool, you can call Laura Hauser at 317-773-4315. And she's at extension 33 when you call in. So 317-773-4315.
And that's actually the Bethel number. So
that's the Bethel number, and then she's extension 33. So you can set up a tour. She'll take you around, talk to you, answer your questions, give you any information you need. So
very cool. Because then you get a little one-on-one time because she's the preschool director, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
So that's a pretty good, that's a wonderful thing. So what else we got? Anything?
Well, I think that pretty much summarizes it. We've got, I mentioned the Bethel. I do want to mention that Bethel also has a lot of adult education that's taking place. So in addition to our services on Saturday and 2 services on Sunday, let's see, our Saturday service is at 5:30.
Yeah, I was just going to say, can you run it down one time for us? So we usually try to
Jennifer, I didn't bring my reading glasses, so I'm going to go.
That's okay.
So anyhow, our services are 5:30 on Saturday, Sunday at 8:45, and then again at 11:11. So 8:45 is kind of a traditional service. The Saturday service and the Sunday 11:11 are a little more casual and
contemporary.
Contemporary, correct. So you're certainly welcome to join us for those. And then actually at the 10 o'clock hour, we've been doing something now for about 6 months, and that's adult education in between the 8:45 service and the 11:11 service. And we've got a variety of classes going on. I'm actually leading a study group in the book The Shack right now.
Oh, that's the
book and movie The Shack. Cool. We're doing that with Janie and I are leading that. And there's several adult education classes. So you can come to church, grab some coffee and a roll, and head into adult education class. And that's very vibrant. Women have a Bible study on Wednesdays. Men have a Bible study on Saturday mornings called Sausage and Scripture. So again, more opportunities to just get to know Bethel, get to know fellow Christians, and learn about the Bible.
Cool. Well, those are all, and I mean, it's amazing, we're talking about the June stuff. It'll be the fall, but, well, I shouldn't say that. We don't want that to come too fast, too. I don't know why but it is amazing how quickly time just flies, and I know there's anything that's going on at Bethel, we'll just keep saying, go to BethelLutheranChurch.com. It should be on there. So the Vacation Bible School, the rummage sale, the preschool, all that information, and the small group things, and the different care ministry things going on, because I know there's continual. It's all there. I usually say, Kim, I don't know if Leanne prepared you, but I usually say something about a Bible verse or something. Did she prepare you?
No, she didn't, but I can.
Well, what I've always tried to do, do you have something you'd like to leave us with? Like a Bible verse or an uplifting quote or something. When it comes to Bethel, we usually say Bible verse or something that is a. I know I have a couple of verses that I, kind of like. And so, I don't know, Leanne's always trying to come up with something different. But what do you...
Well, because it's the care ministry, I'll say that one of the things we've talked about over the last couple of weeks with Easter and the fifth Sunday of Easter is that we care about people because we were first loved by God. So we love because He first loved us. And so we sing that in our preschool. And that's really why we do what we do in the care ministry, is because God loved us. Right. We have the Holy Spirit, and so we carry it through caring. And that's why we do this. That's why we reach out, because we want people to feel God's love and to feel welcome into our church, and to join us, whether they actually join us officially or just come and partake in some of our activities. We really want you to feel welcome.
And Bethel has activities all the time. So we've touched on some of them. There's usually food involved, They do a lot of cooking at Bethel. And we thank you for coming. I know that next month will be, the rummage sale won't be over yet, so we'll be talking about that, I'm sure. And there will be other things. I know there's... and I know online, and I'm sure on the BethelLutheranChurch.com, somewhere you can go on there. Would that be where the footprints are now?
Yeah, the footprints in fact, our new edition just came out.
Okay, so
we were passing it out on Sunday. So
the footprints are, what, are they done quarterly?
The footprints are done quarterly.
It's kind of a newsletter.
It's a newsletter, but it's a little different than the Bethel News, because it has... tips for healthy living, things that you might want to know about. It talks a little more in depth about some of the Bible stories and just a variety of activities that are going on. Each ministry in the church is given space to talk about things that they are doing, so that people can understand what all is going on in the church.
Very cool. So it just, I would think you'd be able to reach it on BethelLutheranChurch.com. Yes, Peanut Gallery.
Since it's so nice, you should talk about your path.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The Peace Trail.
Mm-hmm. We have touched on it before, but this is great timing because of the spring. It's here, finally.
This is the time to go visit the Bethel Peace Trail. It's behind the church. It's just north of the church, and it goes for about, I want to say it's three quarters of a mile, three times around. I don't know how long it is, but there are some great, inspiring plaques and benches
that have been dedicated
by members of the church to make the Peace Trail comfortable. So you can walk around. If you get tired, you can sit on a bench. If you like to look at vegetation, there are flowers and there are trees, and it's really very nice. And it's got a nice soft walkway to it, so you're not pounding the pavement. You actually have it's a nice easy walk, not hard on your knees. I'm a nurse, I'm a retired nurse, so I'm always looking at how you can preserve your knees when you're doing that exercise. So anyhow, so please join us for the Bethel Peace Trail. That would be...
Yeah, that's a great one. And there was something you said. Where is Bethel? Give us the address, and then
Bethel is on the corner of Cumberland Road and 206th Street. Okay, it's on that northeast corner of Cumberland Road at 206th Street. And what is the actual address,
I think it's
Jennifer?
20650 Cumberland Road, I believe.
20650.
Cumberland Road. Yeah, you come up to that, there's a light there. The church sits there, and at night the steeple is, it's very, and the stained glass windows. That's
my car actually knows the way to get there, so it was amazing that I could pull up actually the intersection because I just kind of automatically gravitate over there.
You know where it is. Well, we thank you very much for coming, Kim, and we'll see you next month on, what was it? This month at Bethel Lutheran Church. This month at Bethel, I think is what it is. And thank you to Logan Street Signs and Banners again for being, and Noblesville Trophies. You need to stop in if you haven't made it in yet. Great time to do it. The spring has sprung, and we'll see you next month in June.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.